I can't do it when he's Tuesday. You know how he's Tuesday. I don't know. Hello, Renwell?
Hello?
I don't hear your audio.
You don't hear me?
I think the audio's like.
Well, it doesn't really matter because I can hear you. So.
I was thinking for I can't hear anything.
Still figuring it out.
Yes, the group.
You want the mic to be
Louder.
the camera's got a better mic.
Okay. I'm actually. You can hear yourself. You're gonna speak from here. That's Renwell. We can hear us. Right. Can you hear me? Okay, you can. Okay, we'll keep hearing. Right. Okay, start running, I guess. Which do is a better? How did he do it?
What's not working? It seems like it's working well.
It's just not.
Displaying it on. Oh, it's displaying it on there.
What's to one person's window?
Have you? It's not set up here, right?
Or yes. The entire audience is crushed into like my video, but if you did it, it would go across the whole thing.
You want this one?
To be overall.
Yeah.
I think we're good.
So we have Cyrus and Dylan. Are you guys coming to this thing or no? Back to the check-in, but it looks like you're on your way out. And then Chris is up front. But Chris is managing the front desk there.
I remember. Ron, well.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, cool. You didn't hear me before. All right.
Yeah, there's those speakers on the back that are back there by the past the crash spot there.
Do you want it?
Right. Chris is having a good Friday, doing the mashed potato here. What is this thing? The no, it was what do they call that? Cabbage. What's the name? The cabbage patch?
I think that's something.
No, I think that is it. Oh no, you're right.
I forget.
Kid and play.
Running Man?
No, the Running Man was a kid and play dance. So yeah, that's the one where you like do that. I can't do it standing up. I'm never as good at that one. All right. So we're checking in, folks. What's a word that says your check-in today? What's your word today?
What kind of check out?
Your word is, when do we get this done?
Apparently, everyone said, what I say? What's up, my name?
Which, oh, you're not hanging out with us, Victor?
Just be.
Babysit me. What's your check-in word there, Cyrus? How you feeling today? All right, Aiden.
Projects.
Projects on the brain.
Yeah. What's my word?
Victor, what's your check-in word?
YOLO.
Well, we have not much left of the semester, amazingly, right? We got 2 weeks of instruction and then a week of finals. In terms of things that we've been talking about, we have one more creative activity on Thursday. We're gonna copy and paste it for Friday as well. So this coming Thursday, we'll do the bracelet, leather bracelet. We'll do some leather working. And then we'll do some stuff for the next day on Friday, the same thing. So it should be pretty easy. Then the Innovator's Harvest be May 10th. It's a Wednesday. So we'd love for you guys to show off the cool things you're making in whatever state they're in.
What time is it?
5 to 7 p.m. I think that's what it is. And there'll be food.
Is it in here or is it?
It'll be in here. It'll be here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be the week before finals. I'm just looking at where we're at here in terms of, I think I started, 5 to 7 p.m. May 10th.
I remember I was able to make it last time.
During final week, yeah.
That's a Wednesday, right?
A Wednesday. Yeah, so we're thinking that this area, like, May's gonna set up a registration document. And then just for people to sign up, they'll be posted, but it'll be saying like, you need to have a screen, because otherwise you just show off your thing and then talk about it. Wherever you're at, if you don't need power or whatever, power, that kind of stuff. And then we can, this thing is setting up tables around here, and then you can come in and people can come in and see what you're doing and see how cool it is. We'll invite people to come see how smart and intelligent you all are.
It's like
Together?
Yeah.
Yeah, you say, okay, here's project 1, doing this thing, project 2, doing that thing.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So Innovators Harvest will be May 10th. That same week is like, we do some stuff with the library. They like to have like a relaxing thing. Sometimes they'll do video games back here. We'll let them do that again, but we also have our own video game machine down here. It's always here. But the other guy likes to bring Smash Brothers. The guy that works in the library. I don't know, Smash Brothers stresses me out. Like, I hate getting beat all the time. It's not fun. You're a Tekken fan, Chris? So then we have that, and then I can get beat up doing that too. These are great fun memories here. But
After Frag Fest, I'm probably gonna be done. I'm probably gonna be done with fighting games for a while.
after what fest?
After Frag Fest.
This weekend, right?
Yeah, it's this weekend.
You'll be done with those games for a bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get your fill.
Yeah.
The Tekken tournament, right?
Yeah, there's Tekken and Go Tier.
Yeah. Well, and then, so there'll be, what we're thinking of doing for that is that, because graduates might want to come in and decorate their caps. And then, or embroider their sashes. So we'll have that be available on the sash decorating anyway, will be on Friday at the end of May 19th. And then after that, during like the week, if they want to come in and decorate their grad caps in here, they're certainly welcome to. We'll have a bunch of supplies that people can use to do that with. So we'll probably have something out that just stays out. So if people come during that week and say, this is the grad camp, I heard that's the thing I can do. Then you point them to the materials and say, here's all their materials, whatever you want to do. Thanks for coming. Yeah. Sweet smell of plastic
That's plastic?
being turned into,
It's electronics.
oh yeah.
I haven't smelled this one in a
Yeah.
long time, actually.
I saw smoke rising and a very bright spark on.
It's so funny, I had my nose all long.
Yeah, that's not good. We have a fan around here, don't we? Good, you know, the solution to pollution is dilution, folks. Just spray it around, and we can work it out and be okay. Share it around. So.
It smells like alcohol.
Another good piece of stick or something. So, those are the things that I think are happening the rest of the semester. One more activity this coming Thursday. We'll do a copy of it on Friday. We do the Innovator Harvest on Wednesday, May 10th. We'll have some crafty things out here for people who want to direct their grad caps, and then we'll do the Sash and Embroidery Day Friday before graduation start, which is May 19th, and then we're done with us.
Make a studio hours should remain the same over the summer. Or
We'll probably change them. I'm thinking it'll probably be like 11 a.m. to 5. The library usually closes at 5 during the summer. But there's no reason for us to be open in the morning when nobody gets here in the morning as it is. So we'll probably have it, yeah, like 11 noon or something like that, noon to 5. Yeah. And there'll be some days where I think I'll work from the IO, so we'll have the IO open during the day as well. So if if you were interested and if you're around, if any of you are around and wanted to be ambassadors through the summer, that's totally cool as well. And then you could help keep the space open from noon to 5 or whatever. And then you could be in here. If you have access to Building 1's iLab right now as an ambassador, that will end on May 27th. But if you want to do it during the summer, then I'll just give you access through the summers again. So set that up as well.
What about staff? Do they have permits too?
Your access should not change. Well, yes, yours access will change, by the way, when you lose your job. So
The way he puts it.
it's all known. We've talked about this. Yeah. So your access will end. Well, actually, I think I need to tell them who's no longer going to be employed, and then they'll take your access off at that point. But yeah,
Hypothetical, if I do continue to go a tiny bit and then they get the job again, maybe not really, I don't know.
you're all laughing about that. Why would you want to delay school?
I know.
Makes no sense. You want to graduate and go start making money.
We'll see how I turn.
You'll turn out just fine. Yeah,
I saw the job posting for the summer for SIIL,
job posting is up.
but that's only summer, right?
But the summer contracts are different from the rest of the school year. What we've done in the past is generally whoever gets hired in the summer, we keep them going for the rest of the year. So, yeah. So summertime, job is up. I think you pointed that out to me. I hadn't even heard, because I submit it and then they have to approve it. And I thought they were going to tell me when it's approved.
Hey, good for you, man. Wait a minute, that's still.
Indeed, it would be good. So yeah, it's on Handshake, and what we're doing is that in the past, last year we hired people separate to run the summer camps, and this summer I'm not. I mean, you'll have to get hired on the foundation side to run the summer camps if you get hired here, but we're hiring people who are going to want to work with kids. And then that's all you want to do is summertime stuff and work with kids and that kind of thing, and then you just don't want to work with us during the fall, that's fine, because your job ends automatically August 20 something. And then we have to do hiring and stuff for the fall afterwards. We'll hire, well, I want to hire at least 4, but at a minimum, I got to get at least 2 in place. Because that's how many I need at least to do the summer camps.
The summer camps, the entire, or is the summer position, entire summer, or just like 3 weeks?
The summer positions are all summer. Summer camps run 3 weeks out of the summer. So it's the second week of June, and then the second week of July and the last week of July is when summer camps are running. So that's what I thought, you know, if I'm hiring somebody to do the summer camps, like having them work for 3 weeks doesn't make a ton of sense. It would make more financial sense if you work all summer and do the full job. I don't know. Hector didn't seem to be too complaining about last year when he just worked, you know, it's like a 40-hour job that 1 week when summer camps are on. I think it worked out okay, but I thought maybe it makes sense, like more worthwhile for people to apply for a job and do both things. Other questions about positions and
So you're only hiring people for the fall that do the summer, or you're only hiring people for the entire summer that do the summer?
we'll see in terms of who applies, you know, maybe they only get hired for the summer and that's what they want to do. Because they only want to you know, when school's in, some people don't like working during the school year. I would prefer that we could get them going in the summer. One of the things I want to do is that when we hire the new group of technicians, that we go, I'm hoping that by the end of summer, you'll be certified on everything in here. And then we'll go down to the IO and I'll show you how to use all the wood equipment, the metal lathe. I don't know how to use the CNC mill yet. Did you? Not too dangerous.
The only dangerous part is that the
So there's a guy who's been tinkering with it, and I think he's been learning it. His name's Tyler. And Anton has also done some stuff, but I think actually Tyler's been doing more with the CNC router. And we have the training for that. But what we don't have training for is how to set up your 3D model and the tool path in Fusion so that all the commands come in right. So the CNC router, how to operate it, that training's done. But I want to spend some time over the summer with everybody where we'll spend some time doing all that training. And even if you don't love working with all of the equipment, at least you know what looks weird. Because if you're in the space and you're watching somebody use it and you're like, that seems odd what you're doing. I don't know if that's the right thing, you know, but if you're hired here, I think you should be qualified enough to point out weird stuff. So that's part of the goal this summer, is to make sure everybody feels comfortable. And next year, I'd like to have the IO open during the day. It's only open at night because that's when only people want to open it up. But I like to have it open during the day because we have 0 contact with Ganesha high school students. But if it was open during the day, you know, like you had some time in the morning and you wanted to be there in a certain time in the morning, then I think that'd be great. And then we could have people there, and because there's faculty and instructors who come by and like, what is this place? Yeah, and they only see it as closed because it's only ever been open in the night this last year. So I want to change that as well moving forward, like have that be a thing that we do no matter what. We can have that place open and utilized.
You also want to open every day.
No. If we could have it open 2 to 3 days a week, that would be enough. And like I said, the evening times, the only reason why it's open only in the evenings is because that's when only Kevin and them want to be there. But it's underutilized in the evening, and it's more just hangout time in the evening. And yeah, there's some people who go down there and make cool stuff, but mostly it's just like hang out and talk.
The times that I've gone, it's pretty much just technicians and like 1 or 2 non-technicians. And I oftentimes make up one of those.
Yeah. The times I've gone, like, I don't really go when I need to like, do stuff there, but like when I do go there, yeah, that's a lot of it.
Yeah. I'd like to change that.
This gets the dog into.
The custodian would.
Stupid hairy pooch.
So I was walking to the island of the custodian. Something like that. It's like awkward going to that campus at 9 p.m.
Yeah,
Their staff is cleaning.
yeah, and they usually stop at 9. So they want us to be done at 9 and then we push that. Yeah, yeah, they really want us to stop at 9. So I think it'd be better for us to have daytime hours in the future anyway. And if we can make that work, that would be really handy. And if you're, and this would be open over the summer, if any of you are close by, if you want to come down for the trainings, we'll just get used to the equipment there. Feel like it's good. Doesn't matter, you don't have to be an employee to do that. I just think we'll do it together and, you know, groups of 3s, maybe we'll do just pack at the table, go through and learn all the equipment and feel comfortable. Like there's a router table there that's never been, like, has not been used as far as I know in a long time. Did you guys know that?
Router table?
There's that table in the middle of the workout and it,
With
you
the
pull
plane
off the,
inside?
and you pull off the cutting mat off the table that's in the middle and in there's a built-in router. So you can like edge stuff and you can do all sorts of great stuff at the router table and it's sitting there being unused. So I hate museum pieces. It bugs me. That's why College of Engineering drives me nuts. They got so much equipment sitting there and it's basically a museum. So. Well, hopefully you all consider applying and if you're around this summer. I know a lot of people say, oh, I don't want to apply, my friend's applying, I don't want to apply because I don't want to compete with my friend. Don't see this. Just put your name in the hat, just put it down, my thought. Huh?
Fine.
Fine, you said?
Yeah.
Because you're thinking that, Chris?
I was thinking,
Yeah.
I have noticed the impact of how the rating changes slightly or massively the moment I get hired, because I just wanted to give it a try and then notice how people are differently. Because as an ambassador, people just treat each other as peers, but the moment someone gets hired, things look different. I didn't suspect anything.
Other thoughts? Questions, concerns? I think there was some stuff that May had posted about on the concept board, but I can't remember how to get to the concept board. It wasn't big stuff, like stuff about like additional tools, different equipment to have on hand, some supplies of any sort, things like that have come up that we need to.
Text not super important.
Oh, you don't have a bit that does tech?
Yeah.
You don't? Oh, that's lame.
Yeah, we don't have.
Do you know where the purchase supply list is on Teams?
No.
Do you guys know where that is?
Teams.
where was?
Where the SIIL supply list is, so anything that needs to get purchased. If you go to the Student Innovation Idea Lab team and you go to planning. You'll see there, you click on files instead of posts at the top. And it says SIIL list of supplies. If you could put in there, if you feel like there's something that needs to be considered for purchase, just type it in there and make sure you include a link, a hyperlink to it. Then we'll review that every so often and I'll take a look at it. But there's a little spot there to write in a description of like why we need this thing. They came. We got a bunch in the drawer up there. And there's some in the iLab. I took most of them to the iLab because we have all those mono prices that were harvested.
Because I remember last week. There was like or 2% based on the number of vendors.
Yeah.
There was none here too.
We have SD cards, we got some SD card readers and converters to do SD cards to USB. And then somebody came in and used the 3D printer and said, hey, what do you need? And they're like, oh, I guess use the SD card reader for getting that. I just ordered one, and they bought us 2 more. So the little skinny ones that are in the front drawer up there were donated from somebody that said, hey, here you go. So SD cards, other things that are on the way are replacement fans for the Ender 3s. Don't know. No, I don't think I don't know. Oh, those are ours. That's right. We did get those. So those are little white foils that are, yeah. So those are there. And what do you guys think about the beds for the Ender 3s?
I'd also be fond of the guy.
What's PEI in comparison to these others?
It's a bit better. Soft.
Not smoother texture.
It's ones that have both sides.
Mine has both sides. I was wondering if you
Because I was thinking about buying magnetic beds,
I think magnetic would.
but some people have said, oh, I don't know if I like magnetic.
But the downside with the class is that if someone doesn't know what they're doing, drops the plate.
Yeah,
I thought that's why Kim was against glass.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I agree.
Especially like on the tables as well, because it's just but even with these beds, like sometimes I'm moving a print, sometimes the plate does tend to. So this isn't glass, it doesn't damage it if it were glass, but that's
Yeah, but with glass, people shouldn't be removing them, and I realize that people are still gonna remove them, so but it should be very clear that if we were to have glass, do not remove glass, because it just free releases if you wait like 2 minutes. I realize that people are impatient and will break them, but if we could just say, don't remove the big glass sheet. Sorry, I think college students are idiots.
I don't think these beds do magnetic though.
They do.
But you can put the sticker on. Yeah, I took the sticker off my Ender 3.
I need
Or
to know.
Ender 3 Pro.
So what do you mean, like, can't you just replace it, like pull the one we got off and slap on a magnetic bed?
You could.
So when you buy a magnetic bed, typically you get the bed surface attached to a magnet, and then the other side of the magnet is attached to a sticker that you can put on.
Okay.
My Ender 3 Pro came with a magnetic bed, and then when I switched to glass, I took the magnetic sticker off glass. But you could put it on, take it off, whatever. It's not permanent.
All right.
It's just a pain to take off.
Yeah. That's why I was like, some of these are already gouged. And we could just replace the little sticker thing on top, but that's annoying. It's hard to pull that off, and yeah, so.
I like magnetic. 12. I've seen clips on the side, and then it just sticks to the side. You put a print way too far to the end, and the clip is right there, and I was just gonna try and gouge that out as well.
That's why he's really.
I also think magnetic's easier just to take on and take off.
Well, maybe we can do that. Just replace it with magnetic beds. Do that for all of them.
You don't even have to do all of them, so the settings don't change. So if you wanted to just do like 1 or 2 and see how it goes, you could.
Well, replace from all the ones that have gouged beds in the arm, we need to replace them. That's what I was thinking of doing, because like. There's a few over there that are bad, that have like holes gouged out of the middle.
It was just the stuff we addressed before.
Oh, that was the comment from. What has been posted on the comments from you all. So anything else that we should be ordering?
That's good. I was gonna ask. There's like a this collection we need to put some sort of adhesion on the bed or not. Sometimes the print will shift, sometimes it won't.
And there's more times than not, it will shift.
Right.
When it comes to those Kapton tape beds, personally, I put glue stick on it.
And then you see the sign that says no glue sticks.
Yeah,
So
I think that was just, I think they did that just because people aren't smart enough to know that the the craft bots are different from the enders, and they were still putting glue on the ender beds. So they said, no glue anywhere, nowhere. The goal is to take all the craft bots out of here anyway and move them up to the iLab, and we put the ender 3s down here.
That's not bad. I like that goal.
And then that way there's no mixing. It's like, just don't be a freaking idiot. Yeah.
Yeah. So walk up and think about what you. Oh, what you
I'll
did.
have to go up there.
Oh.
So say I want to do TPU, they'd have to go to the iLab for the,
That's if you want to mention people.
or we could upgrade these, but. Huh?
So we. Over that.
Think that's our color space.
Okay. You guys like that idea then?
Speaking of storage, what are we gonna do with all the filaments? That's left.
Personal, oh, it's
Personal
not ours.
Oh, let's put a notice out on Discord and be like, hey, guess what? If you're graduating and you leave filament behind, it's ours.
You'll find the 90-day policy. It's not clean with the 90 days.
Do you have?
Oh, I say if it's not clean within 7. The end of the term happens on May 19th. If it ain't gone by the next week, then it's ours. Or if you're still carrying on as a student making stuff in the summer, that's fine. But if you're graduating, it's ours.
You're not coming back over the summer, you should take it back as well. Like, we're not people's storage space in case they want to use it.
That's a good point.
You know, that's a good point for all this stuff here.
Yeah.
Like if you got tools, equipment,
Like we're looking at it.
Like, if they bring it back when they come, then that's one thing, but.
yeah.
I feel like just saying like, get all your stuff out over summer unless you talk to like technicians, like, oh yeah, I'll be here over the summer.
Now Seth is a bit cranky, but does that make sense for everybody?
Yeah.
Everybody else feel like it's reasonable?
If you have to working here over the summer, you keep this stuff.
All right, so we need to post that in Discord maybe and be like, hey guys. Sometimes you got till May 27th,
It's an odd number.
26th. May 26th is the Friday.
I mean, after the semester. it's-
In the summer, like,
Summer semester. Oh, like, oh, like,
so the summer semester
I
starts
think
like.
people are gonna come back in between.
If they're sticking around. I don't know maybe we
Make
can
an
do that. You should probably clean out your stuff. I think we should just make that, everybody should probably clean out their stuff. Take it home. If you're coming back for summer, great, bring it back starting in June.
Just let's take their stuff off if someone wants an exception made for them, they can talk to you.
Yeah. If they really need it, yeah, but it'd be nice to have this space back to normal. And then plus we want to build in those cubbies. I thought it was these guys right here. It's not the. Is that your guys' steering wheel and stuff in the back?
It's Benji.
Okay. Is that your steering wheel? Okay. Hello, buddy. We want it to disappear.
Make it disappear.
We could put it here. If it's actually, is it functioning video game peripheral?
It's like ripped
I
off.
think it's parts of like plant robots.
Well. Yeah, we don't want to do that. Crap, I'm 20 minutes late for meeting. No, I'm not. Good. So we'll do that. We'll set an announcement on Discord later today, maybe say, hey, just a reminder. In the term. Take your stuff away or it goes thrown away. If it's useful, we'll keep it. All right.
Yeah, we can start now. We should just do it. Yes,
That's a good point. Do the auction.
Funding.
There's no one will be here for the auction.
Virtual auction. Virtual auction.
Virtual auction, you pay for shipping. It's not, I just never thought about doing that, we have to set up another things.
If you wait until, so if you go over summer, and you do an auction here, no one will be here. You wait until school starts and someone will be like, oh, wait, that's fine. Then we have to tell them to leave.
What was that?
It goes. But it's been here for a while.
Other people's water bottles somehow sounds like wearing other people's underwear. It's not gonna happen. It's gonna go ahead and throw that away.
Losing cause enough bunch of stuff inside, toss it down, and then start them off, and I'm like.
Why would you use a hair wire?
I mean, you replace a little plastic bit and you feel okay in your ear.
Yeah, pretty much can submerge the whole. Kind of.
I've been noticing a lot of random cables appear. And so I was talking to other people the other day, but I've been taking the cables and putting them in the front cabinet by the front desk. So if anybody comes and like, hey, I'm missing stuff, maybe it's up there. There's a lot of there's a couple USB to Lightning for iPads and iPhones. There's some. It's sitting underneath the table, so that they can change it.
Request for a new one.
Yeah, it's sitting underneath the table over there, all in pieces. Uh-huh.
But since we did put those backpack pumps in the middle of the tables in the middle. Since that middle table is the center of attention. It really makes sense to have those there. But then it's already, you're hanging your backpack, there's already people working around.
Try to get your backpack.
Well, yeah, that's true.
I've worked at the table with backpacks and the way it hasn't been too big of a problem with me working there, but I don't know how that feels to everybody else. That's the problem. Doesn't get used quite as much. Some people just put them on the ground next to it. And is that because why? Why do you not? Why do you hang it?
Yeah,
You're like inches away from successfully utilizing this tool.
In fact, it was on the way. You chose to lower your backpack more than.
Yeah.
Literally.
No, here's the thing, it's a break, we just pop it onto the back.
Why are you tossing it? You have stuff you don't want to break in your backpack?
You can fix it right there. You might break it, but you can fix it and you sew it back up again. We can reinforce it with something else, you know? Well, yeah, we probably need more storage. Like this group's got their backpack sitting right on the ground next to the table. I wouldn't mind it if these tables had hooks that hang off the side and you could hang them on the table. That would be all right. If you guys got ideas for that.
Are the hooks on there, are they magnetic hooks?
No, they're drilled in. So yeah, they're screwed into the top. So they're yeah. I mean, I guess we could do some of that with those tables and just screw in hooks underneath the table from beneath.
Like especially like.
I wouldn't throw that coat hanger away so bad.
Start taking it apart, you do the hooks.
Kevin had a use for it and he's like, well, but then we can use a coat rack. And I'm like. That's another thing. At the end of the semester, all those sweaters up there are gone. We're gonna donate those to Goodwill. I don't know whose that stuff is, but it's been there for a long time.
Pretty much a lot of cliffhangers that you'll see it too, like the ones that are project never similar to giveaways for hybrid Discord members and don't do it. And then you create something like all these things over here.
The village.
Awesome, we'll do that. Well, any other thoughts in terms of things we should be making, doing, having provided?
Power at the what?
We talked a little bit about that in another meeting.
I
Yeah,
think extending cord for that. I was thinking somebody could like extend it that way.
I don't want people tripping over the kid.
Oh, right. There's
it would be nice to meet it from seeing.
You can also build like a pulley based thing along these columns
Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
using filament spools. I don't think we need to afford that. Maybe we can build that.
They could park the coat hanger. Power over there.
Is it too much to ask
It's
for
swinging
a
through the
basic
air.
shit that has common wrenches built?
Well,
Like,
I always have that, but just.
so good enough.
Look at this, there's like. A fire.
We got stuff. So you needed the fans. I think. Ender 3 fans.
Just there.
You need another toolkit? Well, there was a third package.
Have a big stuff.
Probably take them.
There wasn't a big.
There we go.
What was the other one?
A cable that I don't need anymore. I didn't realize we already had one.
You got a spare one now.
Mini display port, the display port.
Take it.
Fans,
I'll take it.
We don't know that we'll need it later though.
and then some leatherworking tools. There's a whole bunch over there. Oh. This is the edge trimmer. We didn't have, that kit didn't come with the beveler, edge beveler. So I bought this. These were not very expensive at all. So yeah, just need somebody to spend some time putting a fan back on. Huh?
So that's not bad.
Well, and the fact that those printers don't come off those racks very easily, that's the annoying part. They have to bring the soldering iron to them or spend some time dismantling the printer to get it out.
Yeah. God, I pulled it out. So you had to assemble it, or you put the rack first? You put it on.
Well, they assembled them, then put the racks on top of them.
Okay.
But in order to take one out without disassembling it, you have to lift
Pull rack
the
out.
top of the rack.
It's kind of
How do we buy a new rack?
Well, I think they like it like that, so no one can bake them.
We were trying to walk out of the library at the time.
I don't.
Yeah.
So far, I don't think we've had issues with people stealing stuff. I think we've had people using our printer without invitation. We're always running out of ink on that printer and everybody complains about it. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure people are popping in here and using it late at night when nobody's around. But you've seen people do that?
The 4D printer.
I've seen many people in this room do that. And then I just have to remind them that, hey, that's not for your homework. It's not for printing books. It's for doing things like iron-ons or printing button things or something that's creative, you know?
Or we can move that.
Probably could. That'll free up some space up front too.
I think that one can only take USB.
Yeah.
Dude, like, the computer something.
I think it's, I've done wireless
computers
before.
don't do it. Yeah.
Even like with like laptops.
Get some jewelry making equipment in here.
I've seen someone do that like a mini station back over there, maybe last year.
Somebody did. What did you say? I know they sell kits for that, like just like all the bunch of needle nose pliers and things that they use.
Modular substations for jewelry, makeup and stuff.
But I wanted to make a golden necklace. I set at the purchase date.
The gold to make the necklace.
No, we're gonna melt the gold here.
Can fire at it.
All right, well, I think that's about it, folks.
Was anything changed in the rules about printing, like officially changed? So a lot of the ambassadors were talking a while ago about having 2 prints going, about locking away SD cards, about forcing people to have their names on. Are those discussed?
So, it does remind me, so in terms of SD cards and the SD card readers and the converter things, we want people to exchange out their IDs for that. And then they can have those now. That's why they're in the cabinets over here, not 3D print cabinet anymore.
So are we taking the SD cards out of printers when they're done now?
Or with
So
the,
far, that's not, it's more of actually that converter, the SD card readers. The adapter that you have to check out, but I think all the printers have the SD card. We'll just keep that. Yeah, so when somebody wants to borrow the adapter, then they have to drop off their ID. So. Yeah, for now, I don't think anybody's taking the SD cards out of the printers and walking away with them.
Or what's your printer's done. We know who's actually using that printer.
Yeah, we can keep their ID for a night while they're printing stuff.
I know, I think we can system like where, kind of like how they're breaking your ID number. I can tell them like when you can go out. Right.
Record an ID number, maybe a spreadsheet.
They're going to try to automate that using a system that.
Yeah. That's what we're hoping to have this summer, get Renwell going there, but we're gonna buy a bunch of hardware to create the system to do that.
Go Renwell.
And so that'll be something that whoever we hire we'll be putting together a little soldering sweatshop here during the summer. We'll be wiring up little kits and things like that to attach to all the 3D printers and things like that. So.
And then you can also have it set up so it can be remotely.
For the 3D printers, we could. I've hesitated doing that because I don't want people to just start randomly printing stuff from wherever in the world. It is also a challenge to actually connect anything to these printers through the internet system here. Because the IT controls every access to everything. So if your device isn't on IT system of approved devices, then you can't get through. And I don't even want to have to deal with that because they're so protective of that. So if we did do that, it'd have to be in a separate system anyway. Correct. Once the system is hooked up to the printer, or it's like validate whether or not you're through like actual printer play and only allow you to print. Could be from there.
I mean, we have a list of people on campus of any given equipment.
But I'm like, those that you would enter your ID and it'll be like we'll work at for now because this is the cheap way to get it through is that people come in and swipe their Bronco IDs and then it'll display on a screen what training they've completed. So if they've completed the laser training, then the person sitting at the front desk will hand them here's the card to operate the laser. Then they'll bring it down here, they'll plug it in, and then they'll show who's actually checked out the laser card. And then when it gets checked back in. The same thing with 3D printing. You know, the card has to stay in the equipment for the thing to stay running. Mount Sack without the personalized cards. So to get to those personalized cards, we need to have access through our Wi-Fi system to do that, plus access to the student database. And I want to do that. It's going to take a long time.
The speed of IT.
Exactly.
It's gonna be like.
And since they don't do that now, I have to spend a lot of time making them feel comfortable. Like I gotta be like, hey guys, be all right. Look at me. Look at this page.
They already doing with the
I
five
think I would take stuff from you.
Already doing with the 5 cages.
So
Realistically get certified in something new a day, like 2 or 3. How hard would it be to just add them to like the end of the spreadsheet? Just like have a separate spreadsheet of what everyone's done that's not connected to internet that we have access to.
So just a local spreadsheet.
Yeah.
We manage.
Like it'd be a pain in the ass if a ton of people are getting certified, but if it's only a couple people a day, then just spend like 2 minutes at the end.
kind of like what we're gonna be doing, like Renwell could probably talk better about it, but the idea will be we will, at the start, keep our own database. And then we'll log people in who say they want to get training, and that'll get them to the Canvas site. They will complete those trainings on Canvas and be awarded badges. And then the database will grab the data from Badger. So the badges is going to be what we actually use as the checking of the who completed what training.
So sorry. Equipment. This person. Printer cards is only 9.
Exactly for the number that we've got here, yeah. And the cards would be coded to that printer. So no other card will work in here. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, Renwell.
Very well, yeah.
Doesn't speak.
you could unmute at any time.
Sorry, what is it? I'm listening, but I can't hear everyone's questions.
We're just talking about the safety security verification system.
I wonder how well you can hear us.
Yeah, we'll start with that this summer in hopes that that will help automate some things. And you know, we've got to figure out where to store these cards and how to lock them up and make sure that nobody can just pop in here and use them whenever they want. Yeah, I'm hoping that'll solve some problems that I see of random people just coming and grabbing stuff or doing things and probably shouldn't. But it does mean that we'll need to have somebody at the front desk all the time to do the check-in, check-out process of these cards.
Probably means that once the semester starts, you guys put in a master schedule, you have to call on people individually, they're not there.
Yeah,
We can do that. Start.
call out.
I'll have to do one.
You can find yourself out?
Oh, I did that last week.
Last week, people weren't on.
Just testing, like last week I came in here and there's like nobody showing up for their shifts. But it's all the morning. But last week and this week, there's been a lot of people in here at 9 AM because they're coming to pick up prints, they're coming to get their things. So I think without finding like today, I wasn't here at 9 AM. So I don't know who's coming in, but I bet you there's people coming in, they came in and grabbed their own prints, yanked them off the print bed themselves. It's usually not a big deal, but I'm wondering if that's where the gouges in the print beds come from. So I usually try to come in at 9, and if I can, I'll come in and get all the prints off the beds and hit a little reset on them, because then that saves these people from screwing it up. Having physical keys.
You know, like when you go to a self-service copy, especially where like for us, if we use it for our own use, we have to bypass it with the key, then the printer turns on. Like yeah. Even like big CNC machines where it's like put the key in order for it to turn on, even though there is power supply.
So basically the cards that we talked about.
The card system, but if you know, because you can go to card system, probably have multiple cards.
But the problem is, like, it's morning, no one's here, the printers have to be running overnight, so otherwise they're not gonna finish, and stop them. So if someone comes in and we're not here, then they can still do whatever they want.
And it's not too big a deal. It's people coming in and taking their prints. But yeah, it would be good to monitor that a little bit better. And especially the early morning stuff, like getting people here to I mean, there's the other day, I had a lot of people needing help, and luckily Aiden was here on one day, and then Martin was here on another day, and it wasn't their shift, but they happened to be here hanging out. And there's like 4 or 5 people that needed help, and so between us, we got it done.
Is that before now?
That was probably before now, because you had a class to go to at 9. So, and I don't want you guys, like, you're not on your shift, whatever, you're not here during your time and you're still having to help because the person didn't show up for their job that day, you know? But yeah, that would be nice to make sure that whoever does sign up to be an ambassador realizes that we do need you there. We need you there to do that thing.
You have to call. Otherwise, it'll just progressively get worse.
Yeah.
We're fine at the beginning of this. There are people who I'm pretty sure does duty at the same time as me, but I just don't see them here at all.
And then, yeah, there's a few people on the ambassador list who don't come anymore. Like, I've never seen them. I don't even know who they are. Or hang out here, but don't do anything. And so then they're kind of taking advantage of the system, but they're not really helping out anything, anywhere, anybody, you know? So maybe I will reserve the right to fire ambassadors in the future and be like, you know what? Thanks, but no thanks. You're not dependable enough for us to utilize you, so. I don't want to see you here after hours. You can come here and use the space, which is totally cool. Use the space like everybody else. But yeah, we'll just take you off the schedule, no stress, and you go do what you want. But I don't want to see you here after hours. I'm only saying that because I can see somebody. You turned around. So anyway, I think we need to make sure that everybody can help out for what they can. And that they're able to do it all the time. You're right, I probably should have from the get-go. Been caught calling them. Part of the reason why I haven't, because I thought Jesus was. So miscommunication on our part. I thought Jesus was checking in on everybody and making sure they were here on time and doing their thing. But that wasn't always the case. Yeah. I'll do that.
If now is a good time to say it, but I feel the irony of the beginning of lockdown when my memory tells me that I was the only one here trying to revive the program. At the beginning of lockdown.
Only one here?
I don't remember anyone else. I have a bad memory.
Well, I think once they closed down the campus, and you're talking about March 2020?
No, after that. After lockdown, when it's trying to start off again. I have a bad memory of anyone else being there. Maybe he's just in the back.
That's when I met Wombat. Oh, you mean like
right
workers here? Jesus's office wasn't here in 21 when we started back in summer 21.
I'm talking like August and then starting up when people started coming.
Yeah, Jesus' office wasn't here then. He was working from the other office over there. So yeah.
Fall 21.
So it was yeah. And this whole thing didn't exist until 21. It was the smaller version of the Maker Studio then.
I'm just recalling things about how before new waves of mattress came in all the time. Now we have a new story where people need to go for drop.
Make sure people are here. And I realize everybody's volunteering. I mean, you're all volunteering time, so you're not getting paid, and I wish I could pay you for that. But if you can volunteer, you can be here for even just that 1 hour or whatever at the front desk. That's going to be even more necessary next year when we have the safety system in place, and that's the only way people will have access to the equipment. Is through people being checked in and out at the front desk.
That also encourages people to hear more rather than just sitting around. It's like you're actually doing something. So right now, someone's like, "I'm an ambassador. What do I do?" You walk around kind of, and you see trash on the ground, you should pick that up. And if anyone's lighting a fire, you should probably stop that. But other than that, that's not it. You sit at the front desk and click the mouse onto the
new response.
And do that. And that shouldn't even be part of it. I don't know why you have to actually have someone press the mouse for that.
There's no need to find a way to make it auto.
I mean, it used to be.
It used to be.
When we had access to forms, but now we don't. We used to have an account. Form stack. We had access to form stack and the university canceled its access.
Everyone's
Done.
Really didn't want to pay it.
You know, we could probably fix the automatic submit thing, but I'll look at it over the summer, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be cool to do that.
Can you please repeat what you said, Renwell?
You said to make it automatic to do this automatic, so it'll run it. So you hit submit and it just does that and submits, creates a new form. Other thoughts or things to bring up? 3:08. I haven't had lunch yet, so I would like to before my meeting at 3:30. That'd be great. I don't know. Lately, I'm gonna say, I know that this happens every semester. Lately, it's getting a little messy. Getting a little messy. Tis the time of year, I think. Both from a standpoint of people being busy and you all being busy, and it's a little bit ironic in a way in which the times in which we need the most help in this space is when everybody's so busy that the ambassadors aren't able to all do their jobs the way that they'd hope to. But there's a lot of cleanup that probably need to be done. I told the cleaning crew not to vacuum that area where that group was like styrofoam destroying the whole place. You guys saw that?
I told them not to make it.
I wanted to leave that so I could teach them a lesson, but I haven't seen them back. You guys seen that group back?
I don't know who it was. I just remember watching them like file away stuff.
There you go. Although he's,
It was literally a group of strangers.
there's a couple, yeah, a couple people I've never seen.
Bending the rules, creating gray areas.
Creating molds or things like that out of styrofoam.
You see now that the village, there's a apartment where someone's playing with styrofoam and paint, and then all that stuff is outside their room. I'm sure if it's the same.
But it's gonna get messy here, so whatever other extra effort you guys can help me to keep this place clean, that'd be great. I mean, if you see stuff out. Try to put away, take all the extra cords and put them up front, you know, whatever we can do. And I also hope too, I guess, as we're closing here. That if anybody leaves something behind, then it should have a label on it of whose it is. So if you see somebody drop something off and be like, hey, are you gonna leave that here overnight? Better put a label on it so we know not to mess with it. Because otherwise, there's things that appear and I'm like who's stacked a bucket hats?
Oh, Alan, I need a reminder, like, what you're gonna do with
So,
that
yeah,
too.
so if you know who that is, just put a label on it, say, this is Helen's stuff.
5 o'clock, once we close the road. If there is any edible item left out on the counter, like if it's on an open bag of chips or a half of water bottle, should we toss that?
Yeah. Yeah, these plastic water bottles just throw away, any food scrap, I mean, honestly, they could do that themselves, we wish that they could. Definitely just throw it away. If they're good drinking water bottles, maybe we'll hold them for a week or something, but after a while, I don't know, like I said, I wouldn't want to use it. So those can go recycled or something, I don't know.
I wonder.
Yeah.
Are we dismissive about the way people look at us, the way they perceive us? Because we do people get coming in and taking stuff, but I feel like our public image was different pre-COVID. People actually wanted to join. There was like a line going out the door for the program. But then the way things were different. Now after lockdown, we don't know how bad we actually need volunteers to come here who don't care that this isn't a job, but still they want to come over here. And now I feel like people kind of see us as a chaotic place now. And personally, I'm not.
That's the case. I
Okay.
think that's totally the case. I suppose we could do more, have more ambassadors, maybe that would be a big, nice thing, but honestly, I'd rather have the right amount. So that we don't have, like, I think there probably are certain times of the day when we have too many ambassadors here. So I think in the future, what I want to do is set up the ambassador schedule, and say, hey, if you want to be ambassador, make sure you put your time down when you're available first. Because if we have more than 2 ambassadors sitting on the list, then I don't think we need an ambassador for that time frame. We don't need 8 people in the maker studio. And no one in the morning, yeah, so I think what we'll do is like, hey, look, if you can't help us fill these spots in the morning. Or these spots generally, then we don't need your help, it's okay. You can just come and hang out and have a good time and make cool stuff.
Like keyword making this.
But yeah, I think we were always trying to like, hey, any ambassador can come in, like before pandemic, we were like, hey, we got 55 ambassadors.
And then to the point where, okay, start.
Well, most of them didn't do anything. You know, like some of them were part of the English program. And they didn't really do anything.
Early after lockdown.
Even before.
Trying to remember. I just knew it
So,
was strangers.
We had ambassadors beforehand and it wasn't a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
But I think if we have 2 to 3 people covering, that's enough. And then beyond that, fill the other spots to be an ambassador. And if you can't make that work, then maybe this semester is not good for you. You can just do next semester. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal.
Well,
All right. See you, Renwell.
See. Yeah.
Bye.